check, check, check. We're live now. Let me know if you can hear me all right and if this sounds okay. Fireball beat no. Okay, I see you there. How does it sound? Please let me know in there, because in this video I'm gonna do a little update and talk about the latest video that I released, which was hello. So this one. Let me put myself in there, or maybe in there. That's better. So I'm not sure if you know what's going on and what I'm talking about here. If you're not familiar, then this is basically part 2 of the update video, which was this one there, where I released my experience with the ASUS RMA department, or here in the UK, well, Europe segment. And I think firstly, very important thing that I want to get across is I am not making this video just to cause drama somewhere, and I'm not making this video to jump on some kind of bandwagon. I saw a lot of comments on that video that because of Gamers Nexus and what was going on in there, I was jumping on the bandwagon. This was absolutely not the plan. I started filming this video way before Steve uploaded his video, and halfway through, if you actually watch the video, halfway through when I'm filming the video, I see like this ASUS thing suggested on YouTube, and I'm like, what's going on? This can't be a coincidence. So I'm looking, obviously in the US there's some things going on as well. But why am I making this video here? And I want to get this across, that this is like a no like drama or hate thing, just to like, oh, they're bad and I'm not gonna do anything, or ASUS is fired or something like that, which I can see some like creators do online. They just hate on something, or something happens and they just instantly, like a cancel culture, which is so common these days. But I think cancel culture is not helpful at all, and it doesn't actually help the point. And I'm trying to explain why I'm still going to review ASUS products, and I'm filming this on this ASUS laptop just to trigger people if you think I shouldn't. There's another one in here, by the way, because I think this is not going to be helpful for people if I'm not going to review these products, or if I'm not going to make videos about ASUS products again. And in this video, I plan to explain this. By the way, we are live right now, and if you do want to have any questions answered, tag me at the Tech Notice. Then I get a little orange thing, my light lights up in there, and then it's a little bit easier for me to see like which questions are directed to me, so I don't have to read through everything. If you just want to chat between yourselves and whatever you want to do, that's completely fine as well. So let me try to maybe get some of these thoughts out of my mind in no particular reason first, because I do have some updates on the situation, because ASUS did reach out to me after releasing the video, and I want to tell you like what's happening and what am I doing to actually fix this situation. So firstly, what I want to do is go through some of the comments, because the comments went absolutely crazy on this one. There's like, what, almost 800 comments now. And thank you very, very much, firstly, all of you guys who explained and shared your experience in the comment section there before. Because when I was doing research and when I was filming the video, I actually made this community post about a month ago. And I asked people, if you have used any ASUS's advanced RMA service, or with any of their RMA service, please let me know in there. And as you can see, there's literally no comments there, nothing is happening there. So I thought, okay, maybe no one's done it before. And because I had been talking about the ASUS RMA service so much on the channel, because I happen to have an issue with the Thunderbolt, that's another bit. So some people thought that, maybe if you reinstall Windows, or if you updated the BIOS and reset everything, that you can get the Thunderbolts working. Well, I tried everything, and now, like actually going back to till the point when we built the PC, like there was issues in there as well. And you might be saying, well, why didn't you get it changed straight away then? Well, the reason is because when at first when we built the PC, I didn't have any Thunderbolt devices, but I realized that the Thunderbolt ports are slightly funny, and I was thinking, oh, maybe there's some like drivers or updates or something needs to be done before that actually starts working or something like that. I thought, since I don't have a Thunderbolt 4 device, I can't really test it, so I'm just gonna leave it, because I'm not just gonna return or make like a massive RMA faff for myself just thinking that something is wrong. But then actually now when I do have the Thunderbolt 4 devices that I need to use with this, I realize this is not working. And because that was the motherboard I bought, I also had another motherboard which ASUS sent me, which was the same motherboard, but that was like a review sample, or it's supposed to be the same like production, you know, kind of a motherboard. They sent me that one, and then when I tried it on my test bench, which was, you know, where I'm testing all sorts of CPUs on the same motherboard, exactly the same system, it worked. So I was like, oh, there is something wrong with it. And I thought, oh, that's a good excuse why I want to try out the advanced RMA service, which should work. By the way, if you go to, let me go to that link in here. So basically, this is the advanced RMA replacement service. So the way it should work is you're gonna like basically register your RMA in there, and what will happen is you'll fill out the request form, and then you'll receive the replacement first, and then you're gonna send your broken one off. So why it's called advanced and what should work is basically they're trying to give you like a better service where you're gonna get the replacement before you actually send your broken one off, which means that you should have the least downtime. And when I've been talking to ASUS, the service should work roughly around like 72 hours. You should get a replacement, and then, you know, you're back up and running if you have any issues, which is an awesome idea, an awesome service if it worked. So I thought, I'm going to try this one out. And then if you've seen the video, it absolutely was insane what I had to go through this. Now, I don't know if this is also in the US, because this seems to be the EU one. I don't know if you can change it to, no, this is just the language. If someone knows if this same service is also in the US, and if you've experienced this, this is would be good to know, right? So then I tried to check it out, the service, and then that's when everything went belly up. Yeah, I'm just checking some of my notes. Thank you very much for your feedback, because that really helped. And that actually, when you comment on these videos, you gotta realize how important it is that you comment. Like, even after this live stream, if you really leave a comment, the bigger this gets, the more it pushes ASUS to fix the problem. And I want this problem to fixed. I'm not here to like say, no, ASUS, let's I'm not never working with ASUS again. I want the problem fixed, because I think ASUS has absolutely amazing products, and in terms of their like kind of outline, the products they release, they're really pushing the boundaries, and they're really pushing to create new things. But I think the company has grown way too fast in order for them to actually keep up with the RMA quality, which is a shame, and I really want that fixing. The other bit is the ProArt lineup of ASUS, because there is no other company that really offers something for like creative professionals, or some kind of like a pro lineup. Like the ProArt motherboards are the ones that any SI that like makes PCs for like a professional creators, or like video editors, photographers, or even sound engineering or whatever, they all use the ASUS ASUS ProArt motherboards, because there is nothing out there, any other brands that have something for creators. Now, MSI packed theirs up. MSI used to have their creator lineup, and the first motherboard I bought was actually MSI creator motherboard, which was X570 MSI creators something. I still have it somewhere over there. Then Gigabyte had their Vision lineup and their Vision D, the first creator lineup. They rebranded it to what's it called now? It's called Aero D, Aero G. but it's not a full complete lineup because none of the Aero motherboards actually support Thunderbolt, for example. They do support like 10 gigabit Ethernet, but it's like a missing lineup of products, right? So then there's no actual products that you can buy that are for professional creators, right? So that's why I want this problem fixed, because ProAd is doing awesome things and I'm using their products like all the time. So I'm trying to fix this. Mike's unboxing of reviews is saying, I'm also still producing ASUS videos and reviewing products regardless of the RMA status. It will blow over and get resolved at some point, hopefully sooner rather than later. That's exactly the type of attitude that you should be doing. So here's like the big cheese then now. Why I'm still reviewing ASUS products and laptops. Because my job is not to boycott a company or just ignore one company and not buy their products because, you know, they've done something bad. Because if I did that, I would be not reviewing any products on the channel, because you can dig up, anybody makes mistakes, and I'm a fair believer of, you know, second chances. So I want this problem fixed. Let's move on and show me that you fixed it. So I'm gonna tell you the good things and the bad things about the product, not just the good only or the bad only, just to, you know, because there's some channels out there that just love to make bad reviews because people, I don't know, for some people like bad reviews more, or some people like good reviews more. I'm more, I think, the balanced view of, if the product's good, I'm going to tell you. If it sucks, I'm going to tell you. Right now, this RMA process for ASUS, it absolutely sucks. It is not good. It's absolutely embarrassing, but I'm going to tell you. Am I just going to not review everything just because of that issue? No, I'm still going to do it because people are still buying ASUS products and they need to know, is it good? How does it, what's it like for creators? So that's why I'm still reviewing this. Because I'm trying to help the customers or the people who are buying these things, helping them to make the good choice. Because if you look at, you know what happened Gigabyte Power Supplies. You know what happened with MSI, some of their, like, how they handled they try to buy reviews or whatever. Then ASRock's reputation and all of these. If you went down that line, there is nobody that you can really trust. So I believe in second chances, and ASUS is getting a second chance here, but I'm trying to help them fix that with your help. So all of your comments, all of your flipping egg, that happened to me as well. It is so important because my ASUS contact, well, ASUS is panicking. I'm telling you this much. Because I've been, you know, I do have contacts with ASUS as well, and I'm in contact with them, you know, reviewing products, and often I'm like, look, I really want to do this. I think I'm doing this project and I could help people do this, or we're doing this PC build, you know, what about this motherboard? What about that motherboard? Can we use this or whatever? Can I review this GPU? Can I review this one? So I have a contact with them because it is helpful. I'm helping you, you know, give hopefully a good answer of what's good and what's bad. But then also for ASUS, this is good because their products are seen to more people, and, you know, whenever there's product launch, for example, ASUS has been very kind to me, and like when Intel's been launching stuff, their motherboards often come with it. So ASUS has organized kind of an Intel launch for me, so I'm very grateful for that as well. Now, ASUS is panicking because I've been trying to make this one project happen, which hopefully is going to happen soon now, with a certain PC build, a certain cool thing. And, you know, I've been ignored because I'm probably like a bunch of emails in an email box, and, you know, when there's some other launch or Computex happening, I'm going to be ignored. You know, a few weeks, a month being ignored. But I know after releasing this video, they were panicking. Like, my ASUS contact came back to me like, yeah, we'll give you this now, and we need to sort this out. So on the back of this ASUS panicking, I am having a phone call, a meeting with ASUS this week. Hopefully I can let you know what is going to be the results of this. But they want to know everything what happened. They want to know how... and they're trying to ask permission from me, so all of the communication with the RMA Center could be released to them to the HQ because they were not aware that this was happening, and that this could be fixed. So I'm having a meeting. I'm trying to get it fixed, and I'm trying to do my best. Daniel Hulan is saying it's about making sure the customers are taken care of, no matter if you are a content creator or average person who just has a school computer. We need the confidence in the brand, and I absolutely understand this. And ASUS is not doing themselves any favors here. I told ASUS that to fix this, it's very, very simple. Let someone take the blame. Like, someone in the company is going to have to make a statement. Look, we have heard you. We understand that this is happening. These are the issues. Here's how we're going to fix this. What we have done is we've gone through this one. We've implemented these things. This is going to be there. Now, if you have any more issues, please let me know, because we need this sorted, because you as a customer are important for us. How simple is that? Like, you don't need a massive, I don't know, whatever. Any 10-year-old could actually sort that issue out, and anyone could know how to do that. And that's what I said to ASUS, and that's what I'm going to say on the meeting as well. This is how you can fix that. Like, you're going to have to make a public announcement, because I'm not going to take the video down. I'm not going to, I don't know, maybe ASUS is going to say, we're not going to work with you anymore because you made this video. Well, then that's up to them. I'm up for working with them if they're happy to do that, because I think they're, doing awesome things. But if they want to play childish games and be like, oh, we're not going to work with you and we're going to drop you, all right then, right. So that's kind of, is it my risk? I guess it is my risk, because they don't have any risk. We'll see what happens. But the point is, what's happened is not okay. To go through 5, was it 5, 6? I can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 RMA boards, and then 2 bought new. So that's like insane, right? Yeah, Bavel's saying 5. Thanks for keeping count. I can't even remember how it went. I sent them all back now. There was, and then I'll finally have my new motherboard as well, which I actually bought from Amazon. And people were saying, well, why did you buy the new motherboard and gave ASUS the money back because of the RMA situation? Is this what it was? Well, here's the thing. In my workflow, the way we work, I need 10 gigabit Ethernet as well as Thunderbolt 4. Now, in order to get that both on a motherboard, there's not that many options. You can look around. Gigabyte doesn't do really a Thunderbolt 4 as far as I know. I think they have their own thing. Some of the higher end boards have, but that's even more expensive, and they are eATX motherboards, like our Aorus Master ones. So that's not going to, actually Aorus Master, I don't think that has Thunderbolt either. MSI is not very good for like Thunderbolt and 10 gigabit Ethernet. I don't think they even have 10 gigabit for anything. I think maybe Godlike has something, but so MSI is out of option. ASRock's not going to have good I/O for any of their, well, I don't think they have Thunderbolt and 10 gigabit Ethernet, so that's not going to have an option. NZXT, no. What else is there? So as you can see, there's not that many options, and the ProWatt lineup is like a perfect one that has Thunderbolt 4 and 10 gigabit Ethernet. Now you could get a Thunderbolt card and then get like a 10 gigabit Ethernet card, but then you're going to start potentially actually also having some switching on the motherboard block diagram and the way all of the M.2s and things work inside. So that's not got to be good as well. Someone's saying Godlike has 10 gigabit Ethernet, but it doesn't have Thunderbolt 4 if I'm not mistaken. And the Godlike, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't have video output on their motherboard, the Z790, or which means that they don't actually wire power to the iGPU chips on the actual CPU. So the iGPU is not powered. They don't even give you the option, because they're saying, look, you've got a Godlike motherboard, you're not going to be doing any iGPU on this, so we're not even going to give power for this, because we're going to save a little bit of cooling or power or whatever. So that's not going to be an option. So that's why we needed to go with ProWatt, and I think a lot of other people might need to do the same thing, going with this one. So then maybe underlining my relationship with ASUS as well. So I did have my contact in terms of sponsored content from ASUS. The contact who I have had in the UK, we have done only one sponsored content, which was the Pro Wide build we did recently. Oh, Infran is saying that Godlike actually has. Ah, yeah, no outputs. Yeah, so it has mini display ports. They're in ports because you want the iGPU for the Thunderbolt. Oh, so the Thunderbolt video output is going to come from your dedicated GPU, not from the iGPU, if that makes sense. So yeah, the Godlike Z790 doesn't have any iGPU support. So I've done one sponsored collab with ASUS before. I've praised their products. Like how many years now, because I think they are actually good. They're helpful. They're very good quality. They're very high. It's just if something goes wrong, that's like bad, you know. So that's what I'm trying to fix now. I've done some laptop collaborations with ASUS. But yeah, sponsored laptop, like kind of first day overviews. They haven't been reviews or anything. They said, look, this is going to be launched, embargoes that day. Can you cover this laptop? I'm like, yeah, cool. I like checking out new tech, and I think that's fair. So that's the difference as well. I'm sure you know this, but maybe one more time. The difference between a review and a sponsored content, and how do these relationships work. So anything that's sponsored on the channel will have a little bit like on the top corner on this side or on that side, I think. You'll have like includes paid promotion. So which that means is that that this video either includes like a sponsored integration, like you've seen Hookies on my channel. I've worked with them for many years and they continue to support the channel this year as well. So you get paid for like adding like an ad inside your video, right? Then the other option of working with someone is someone says, look, can you make look, we'll pay you to just use this case, for example. So I've got this PC build coming out. Cougar said, look, just use the case and on a PC build and we'll pay you X amount. It's not going to be that, you know, we're going to review the content and can you say these things or them things. It's just like, look, we want this covered on your channel. Could you do something with it? So then I'm coming up with the content idea. I'm coming up, actually, do you know what? This could be really cool with this, and that, and then I'll put it together and then I'll try to organize everything. So basically this build, what's coming up, the little sneak peek, is going to be Intel QuickSync on AMD. How is that possible? Well, you're going to find out. But then that's like one way, but never will you have a review of something. So that's never going to happen. Like a review, sponsored review, like I can't do that. I don't know who can do that. This is just never going to happen. I don't think people should be doing that, right? And I don't think a lot of creators do it. Maybe someone does it, but as far as what I've heard, you know, my YouTube creator friends, they never do that, if that makes sense. There's only Fearless Truth is saying, wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? On what? Is this about the Intel QuickSync on AMD platform? Is this what the wait, what was? Well, yeah, it's going to come. Then the other issue was, yeah, it's going to be Intel QuickSync on AMD platform. We'll get that. Okay. The other point is the Amazon issue, right? And actually, I probably can't show you my order history, but Amazon, if you remember on this video, like in the beginning, I said that this is a total scam now, and this is like ASUS's. It's kind of does look bad for ASUS. Because what's happened is I bought the first motherboard from Amazon is new. Oh, that's what I have to show you as well. So let me go to amazon.co.uk. One second. So what I'll have to do is Okay, let me get this out for you. 2 seconds. Sit 790 Pro out. I think you can see that now. Yes, fearless truth. There was 3 boards that were completely chipped in the corner, and it wasn't just like a little scratch. It was like a proper bang. And if you look at the box, and usually when this happens in like transport, you can see that it's like slid inside the box as well and come out from one corner or something like that, and then the anti-static plastic bag, you're going to see like a little slit or something like that open there, but there was nothing like that on any of those motherboards. It was just literally like a beautiful box, everything good, clean, and then you take it out of there and then there's a massive chip in the corner. You're like, dude, this has been done in your place, which is insane. Let me find the exact seller here. 1 second. No. Come on. Let's see, the sellers here. See, there we go. The one I bought from was, let me see if there is Amazon Business EU as well. Look, there's so many different sellers in here, but my seller was this one. So sold by Amazon EU. There was one, because if you've got a business account on Amazon, you have Amazon Business EU. So I don't know how that is different, but basically this is just Amazon selling it. Some people are like, how can you blame some random third seller, selling this on Amazon? No, it wasn't a random third party seller or some, Jack123 who was selling that. I apologize all the Jacks in the comments if you're watching, but it was Amazon, and Amazon saying, yeah, this is a new motherboard, and you got it, and then it's like old, new, it's just insane. Clearly someone has used the motherboard before, not just opened it. It's not like an open box, it's been used. And I was like, I can't believe this is happening right now, because after going through like 4 RMI boards, you're thinking, I'll just get a new one because it's been a month. I need the PC working. Like, come on. Like, I can't wait. I'm going to keep this video going, but I can't just wait that long. I just remembered something else I'm going to tell you in a bit. And so I bought it, and then it was like insane. Then I instantly returned it, and then bought another one. The second one was a new one, which was, obviously good. But the first one, it should never, I don't know how this is possible. Then, for this project actually, that is coming up about this PC, I wanted to buy this Gigabyte board. And I actually bought this one from Amazon as well, because my Gigabyte contact didn't get back to me about this one. So I thought, sack it, I'm going to buy it from Amazon. So I bought this, and it's been chucking down in the UK for the past like 2 weeks. Massive like torrential rain, and the delivery guy just left it outside in the soaking rain. So when I was like in the evening thinking, where's my parcel? No knocks, no rings, obviously, this is how Amazon is doing it. And then I'll go outside, I'm thinking maybe they left it somewhere, and I'm looking, I can find it, like it was left on the side of the house, and it was just the box was soaking wet, like you could squeeze the box because it was soaked, right? So this is like the third motherboard. So 2 motherboards out of 3 that I bought from Amazon were like bad. One of them was Gigabyte board, so this is not necessarily an ASUS issue, but it does look bad when like your products get sold as like used on there, because then people do think what's going on with ASUS, and ASUS is going to be very fragile with Amazon's relationship, because they know that 70% of their revenue is going to come from Amazon, so they don't want to lose any of their business in there. So they're going to be like, what's going on? Maybe we can do something about it. And Amazon's just so big, so everyone needs to, you know, kiss their backside of Amazon. So I've had 3 motherboards, very bad deliveries. In fact, Amazon is so bad recently that I bought another item, a coffee machine, today, that arrived today, and the boxes, again, it's like someone, I don't know what's going on. So Amazon's got an issue, right, about their deliveries and returns, because what I found out when talking to my ASUS contact was that so basically what people do on Amazon is they buy like a 14th gen 14900K, right? And then they had a 13900K or 12900K. They put their 12900K in the box and send it back, say, sorry, didn't want it, or whatever. For whatever reason, you can return it in 14 days. And then Amazon's like, yeah, no problem. So basically you just got a free upgrade, which is very dodgy and, you know, shouldn't be happening, but somehow people are doing it, apparently with phones and all sorts of things. So this is like a bad thing that Amazon is doing that. But Amazon, for some reason, just takes the return. And I don't know actually how Amazon handles this. Maybe this happens so little in the mix that they haven't figured out an issue, and it's just easier to just, yeah, throw it in the returns pile or in the pallets where people are just going to, you know, sort it out later. But that's like one of the Amazon issues. So the new and old scam thing wasn't necessarily ASUS' issue. The bigger thing is the RMA issue, and their kind of a, you know, what happened with the RMA in there. Another comment that I had was, why didn't you test the last motherboard? At that point, I had already bought the new one. I'd spent so much time on this. Days and days. I'm putting the cameras on. I don't know, probably 24 hours in total. So what is it, like 3-4 working days full working on this, plus like all the editing. It had gone like so much time on this that I was like, I'm just sending this back. I don't care if it works or not. It's still used. And because I'm getting a used motherboard, I know they say it's tested and working. How do I know then that this motherboard is not gonna, like, you know, go belly up in like a couple of months time or something like that? I don't know that, because it doesn't look like, I don't have any confidence in that, and I would have so much more confidence in a new product that you would buy, that you have 12 months warranty. Now, or even more, I don't, actually it's 3-4 years I think ASUS gives. Now I don't know if that warranty for the RMA product, how long is that warranty? So that's, I'm like, I don't know. Is it really hot today in the UK? Yeah, it's quite warm actually. I'm quite boiling here. I'm not sure where you're watching this from. What's the weather like for you? It's quite warm in here. I wanted to give a few more like comments, or answer a few more comments that I saw on the video that I think would be very helpful for people to, what's going on? Yeah, there we go, to see. So this comment here, let me see, how can I make this bigger? Can you see this? Is someone saying that I can't believe what they would have to go through this as like a normal person who's not a tech YouTuber or whatever, and it's impossible. After second board, I would have asked for my money back. Now, I don't know if I can have my money back after an RMA thing, because once you've gone through the RMA, like after a year later, I don't think you can get your money back. I think you can get your money back in like 30 days or whatever, but I don't think you can get your money back. And this is the point that I'm trying to make. When people comment this actually does raise big eyeballs, and you can see like it's got not as many views as obviously Gamers Nexus, but I know my ASUS UK contact is panicking and saying, look, can we talk? Can we can we have a meeting and can we talk and figure out how we can fix this? And I'm like, let's figure out how to fix this. You don't need to apologize for me. I'm not like here for a big apology from ASUS. I want this fixing because I know these are good products, and I'd like to keep saying that this is advanced, service that you should, do, because nobody else, I'm not aware that does that. So I want this fixing. Let's go fix this. So this is another comment that I thought was interesting to know as well. So the AM5 version of this, which is X670E board, only posts when you have an HDMI cable plugged into the onboard GPU port, the HDMI port in there, which is interesting. I thought people should probably know about this because that would be helpful to know. Are they gonna take responsibility? Well, that's what I told them. Again, if you're just tuning in, I told them on the messaging, like when I was messaging with my contact, I said, look, it's simple to fix. Someone's gonna have to take responsibility, say messed up, this is what we're gonna do. So yeah. Amazon board, Amazon issue. So this is like underlining the Amazon issue that I just said, that Amazon has its own issues. And even like Jeff Bezos has always said that, the customer service is the main thing that drives us to make a good product, which is the Amazon, shopping service. So their whole thing is like the easy returns or whatever. But right now it feels a bit of out of hand. And Amazon, what is the fastest delivery possible for me at the moment here to actually get a return of this board. So I wanted to get something fast because I couldn't have any more downtime of our workflow. You gotta see some more videos, and there's videos that we need to publish. Our schedule, I'm not sure if you knew this, we try to publish like 3 videos a day. 3 videos a day. Wow, that's gonna be hard to accomplish. It's 3 videos a week. So like we can't like work too long on one video. What we do is like sometimes certain videos take longer, certain videos take like are faster. So for example, like motherboard reviews or overviews, they're not really reviews, they're overviews really when we deep look into them and talk about them. They can go quite fast, but then a PC build, for example, it takes me like 1-2 days to build, film, B-roll, like maybe 3 days or something like that, even more to film, and then takes a week or something like that to edit. But then we do that like in the background, like with mixing like long and short videos together. Okay, I wanted to go and talk a little bit more about their replies to some of my emails. I forgot to talk about that. So the email, so this is what you can see here. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. Where is our scaling? 175? Is that better? I think that's a bit better, isn't it? Okay, so basically this was me asking them, how come you asked me for a shipping and billing address, and then there was another tick or something that says like same billing address or same shipping address as billing address, and I was like, no, it's different. So I had to fill in like 2 separate things. I was like, oh, because for me it's different. Billing address and shipping address are different. And their answer was, in the future cases, you can fill out only one address, the address where the item is to be delivered, and it will be okay. And it's like, wait a second. You didn't say, oh, sorry, we made a mistake. We actually sent the thing like to the whole other side of the country. And I'm like, what's gonna go on, right? And if there's some problem, missing part or another, I don't know what they're talking about, I will ask for billing address or another information via email. And I'm like, wait a second. Firstly, you can already see it's not like very good English, so I'm not sure if they understand what I'm asking them. I don't know what they know, like what billing address and shipping at what's the difference there. But that was a very thank you for your understanding. I'm like, no, I don't understand. Like, what are you talking about in here? So then this answer from them was about the, you know, the first motherboard had some kind of metal thing inside the socket. Now what they're calling it is a cooling paste. It wasn't a cooling paste, because if it was just a cooling paste, you know, everyone can fix it. The corner was chipped and there was some solder in the socket. I was like, if it looks like that, I'm not even trying it on. So in this case, we can provide you another RMA. And I'm like, no, you could provide me with another motherboard, maybe. It looks like a contamination from cooling paste, which should be thrown away. And I asked them, like, do you mean like you want me to recycle the motherboard, or what do you want to throw away here? And what they meant is clean up. It's up to you if you dare to do it, or if you'd rather want a new RMA, please let me know. And here you can see, like, dare to, like, this is pretty bad communication, considering it is in English. Yeah, absolutely. And like, English is not my first language, which you might have heard on my channel, you know, but I think I could probably write a better English answer. And I think since this is like an English speaking country, the answer, the help, the RMA process, they should be fluent in English. Even if this is not their first language, English should be good, like excellent in fact, because if you hire someone from abroad to fix this, obviously they're not doing it in the UK because it's probably cheaper in Czech Republic. That's why ASUS is doing it. Otherwise, they do it all in here, right? That's why they're moving it abroad. That's why some of the call centers and, you know, customer service centers are somewhere in Asia, not in UK or in North America, because it's cheaper to do it that way. But if you do that, you've got to have someone who can speak English. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like, how bad is this English? I mean, you put it into Google Translate, I bet you it comes up with a better answer, because this is ridiculous. Why doesn't RMA Center take photographs of mobiles before sending them out? How do they know the customer is talking about real stuff, or did the fault himself after using the replacement board? Well, exactly. This should be like actually covering their backsides as well, and really show me, like, what tests have you done? You know, what's happened to the motherboard? What you know, is it working or not? There should be an RMA department in most of the Western countries. Apparently not in the UK. Maybe there is some in the UK, but for some reason my motherboards all went back to Czech Republic, and the shipping always takes like 3 days or whatever more to come. Someone's saying, thank you for all your videos. I built a new computer last year with your advice, but switched from ASUS to ASRock after you mentioned having Explorer crashes. Well, you know, each one to their own. I'm running ASUS and I'm making a video on ASUS, how bad they are, and I'm trying to fix it. But thanks very much for your comment, and I'm glad I helped you do it. That's why I'm doing this. So then I thought, after buying the new motherboard from Amazon that was used, why don't I actually ask them if, you know, are they you know, selling these motherboards new? So this was my question to them. I said, thank you for the info. May I ask if any of the motherboards that have been successfully completed the testing in the RMA Center ever get sold in the market, or are they solely for RMA? So basically, like, do you ever sell those motherboards that you fix in your thing? Which they said, oh sorry, that is just a mistake screenshot. So where is this? Dear customer, both can occur with ARS, Advanced Return Service. We use motherboard from our HQ and motherboards that we receive after ARS swap, which are repaired and tested. Thank you for understanding. So again, firstly, if they understood what I'm asking, they're admitting to selling like the repaired motherboards somewhere in the market, whether new or used, I don't know. On Amazon, looks like it was used. I don't know if it was their thing or what. This is like a bit dodgy, right? But if they don't understand what I'm saying, they're saying that we get our motherboards from HQ and some that we're receiving from ARS swap. Then I'm thinking, what does this answer actually mean? We use motherboards, I think is what they mean, from our HQ. So HQ sends them some new motherboards, I assume, not used motherboards, and they receive it and they repaired and tested. So it's like confusing answer, if that makes sense. I don't think they understand what they're saying either. Ahmed is saying, yeah, absolutely. Someone is 1 hour late. Hi there, hello. Hopefully this video is going to be, you can watch it in replay because I'm trying to add all the information here, what I can find, and just help you guys. So someone is saying, if I ever see ASUS sponsored video next time, I'll roll my eyes. Well, I think this is still going to happen. ASUS is going to sponsor some videos because that's the way the marketing. This is the most effective marketing these days. And I'm hoping I'm going to get some ASUS sponsored videos after this video, after this fiasco. Fiasco? Fiasco. Fiasco? That sounded weird. Fiasco. Fiasco? Is that how you say it? Fiasco. You know, sometimes you say something and when it comes out of your mouth, it's fiasco. Sounds so weird, and you're thinking, is this how you say it? So, you know, I mentioned this earlier in the video. As long as you are an honest man, whenever I'm doing a sponsored video, for me, important thing is that I want to make sure that you know this is sponsored, because I don't like seeing, because sometimes I know, you know, what's been talked behind the scenes. I know some guys are like doing videos. I'm like, I know you've been sponsored. I know you've been sponsored. I know you've been paid to do this. Why is not the thing in there that, you know, you've been sponsored? I personally can't do it. Each to their own, but I can't not say that it's sponsored when it isn't. Or I can't say it's not sponsored when it is sponsored, if that makes sense. Because I think that's the legal requirement. That's what you have to do. Sometimes, I mentioned this earlier, you know, there's different sponsored methods where how you can do it, natural integration and blah, blah, blah. But when the whole thing is about the product and you say, yeah, I'm checking this out and it's not like ASUS sponsored this video, I'm like, I'm not sure how much I trust you. And getting the viewers' trust, I think, is a very important thing to do on YouTube. Okay. Was there anything else? Let me think. Okay, I went through the emails. I'm having a chat with ASUS. Hopefully you can fix the problem. Am I going to get sponsored by ASUS? I don't know. ASUS might absolutely screw me after this, but I'm trying to, you know, fix this problem for them, because I really like ProArt, and I want to finish this video with this as well. I actually really like ASUS's products, and ASUS is probably one of my favorite brands. Like, if I had to look for a laptop, for example, I'd probably go for ASUS. Apple, ASUS, depending, you know, Windows or Mac or whatever. I think ASUS does really good products. I think they have very high quality products, but when it goes wrong, they need to own up to it, and they need to, oh, this was wrong. Thanks for letting me know. Let me, you know, fix this. People hate ASUS's prices. Am I considering switching to AMD now with the AMD 9000? Well, I'll have to test them out first, and then I'll have to, well, then we'll see. But it could be interesting. The one, well, we'll see how they perform in like video editing performance, but it could be. One thing I also want to see how good is the idle power consumption on AMD, because that's been an issue as well. So what I've been saying is ASUS is probably my favorite like brand, what I've seen, you know, a dream brand to work with, and what I've always said good things about them, because they do nice things and I like them, right? But now when I've made this video, this is like, it's painful for me, because I really like, for example, all of the Pro Art design, the lineup. I think it's awesome. It kind of makes sense even price-wise because of the Creative Cloud, discount you get with that and all of these things. So making this video, I'm like, I said to them, look, can you fix this? Because I like what you guys are doing, but we need to fix this. Well, not me, but you need to fix this because I like this to work. There's nobody else out there. There's nobody else who works or actually tries to make something for creators. There's no creator lineup like that, out there. I know MSI kind of does some creator laptops, but aren't really creator laptops. They haven't really, well, all of the other creator laptops that I can think of, none of them really have like done some market research and looked into, okay, is this, what the creators actually do, how they use it. But I think ASUS has done it. How much time do you give a company to fix an issue? Saying you are going to fix it does not hold water. Simply fix it. ASUS, you have time. Well, exactly. That's what I'm going to tell them. And all of your guys' feedback or saying that this has been wrong, that has been wrong, I'm going to send them the whole comment section. If not, I can print screen the whole 800 whatever plus comments in there if they want to check it out. But it's like, I think they need to fix it. And I honestly think it's gone a little bit in their head of how fast the company's grown. Like ASUS has gone very fast, very quickly in terms of their product lineup. Like they do everything now. Like there's monitors, laptops, motherboards, GPUs, you name it, cases. They do all sorts of PC stuff now, power supplies. Their product lineup gets bigger and bigger and bigger. There's probably thousands and thousands of different SKUs of products. Never mind the different SKUs in different like parts of the world and la da da. It's massive, massive, massive. And I think what's happened is you're so focused on improving. Like the way business works is there's like a rule. What you have to do with business is you focus on improving the quality of your product and revenue. Like you focus on two things: revenue and improving the product. Because once you focus on these things, you'll grow, because you're not going to be focusing like spending less. You're not going to be focusing on like issues. But the thing is, at some point you still are going to have to do some other bits, like the RMA issue. Come on, this needs to be fixed. You can't charge that at this price point and not fix the issues. So that's that. I'm going to take last few questions, 2 minutes now, and then this is going to be the end. And if you have any, you can post them now. How much time do we give them? This is not a new problem. This has existed for a while, and as consumers, if we can't access what we want, we will quickly revert to what we need and bypass ASUS. Daniel, I absolutely understand that frustration, and I'm exactly the same. I'm like, come on, fix it. Personally, I didn't know that these issues had been going so long. So I'm going to make this video, and I'm not going to leave it out there, no matter how much ASUS pays me. Some of my friends were like, okay, if ASUS is going to say, we're going to pay you this, can you take the video down? I'm like, I'm not taking the video down, because that's not going to help, anything, I don't think. So yeah, I absolutely understand the frustration, Daniel, but my question is, where are you going to go? Are you going to go with Gigabyte, who did all the dodgy thing with their, power supplies? Is this been, fixed? It's tricky. What is your problem with ASUS? Okay, you're going to have to see the whole video, then the previous video that's linked in the description below as well. And Fearless Truth is saying, yeah, I agree that you can't be charging premium prices and not have a questionable RMA process. No, your RMA process should be like Apple or like Amazon. Like you should be, sorry, here's a new one, not to worry. And then you take the broken motherboard, you fix it, and then you sell it somewhere in the market for at least 50% off at a fraction of the price. Or sell it to some of the I don't know, SIs or people who buy them in bulks. So that's what I would do. Maybe go with Tesco, since they have been exchange policy with. They have been better exchange policy than ASUS. Well, I don't know if Tesco sells stuff like that. So, do you know what I mean? Okay. Anyway, I hope this like cleared up a little bit of this. I'm hoping that I'm gonna still review ASUS's products, and I'm still going to, because I think people are buying them, and me helping you buy, and which one is better or worse. That's that. And Daniel is saying that's the truth. Every company has shortcomings. However, ASUS recently has appeared for just a shirk in the issue and blame customers for misunderstanding. Yeah, that's bad. I think the more we make noise about it, the more they should be fixing this issue, and hopefully that's, you know, all of you guys in the comments. That's the main thing. When I tried to do a community post, no one said any experience with that, but then when they see the video, they're like, oh my goodness, what's going on? So we're gonna have to keep talking about it, because that's the only way they're gonna fix it. This live stream is not gonna go anywhere as well, so leave your comments in the comment section after the live stream is done. And thanks guys for watching. New videos coming out tomorrow, slightly different one, so I'll see you there. Thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate you. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for you know, sticking around. Hopefully you like more content, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Leave all your angry and not so angry comments in the description, not description below, in the, you know, comment section below. Adios. Thank you. Take care. Bye everyone.